Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final Page 3 Hot Topics of 2021. It's going to get good. I can feel it in my bones. We've had such a good year, this girls. Obviously, we launched it, and I think it's just been non-stop fun, I have to say, from summer Love Island all the way through to Omicron variant now. Really being a juxtaposition. But today we've got so much to talk about. Obviously, more pictures have been dropped of different Tory Christmas parties, which were happening when we were in tiered system. One of them in a tier 2 system, Sean Bailey's party, which you can see just there. Doesn't look like a lot of social distance happening and lots of households mixing. And this is when we were under strict guidelines last year to do with lockdown and in the run up to Christmas. So we'll be talking about that. And obviously, if you guys have got anything to say on it, then do let us know in the comments, because we want to hear your opinions. I'm sure you've got lots on them. Obviously, it's the last one of the year on Page 3 Hot Topics. So we will be talking about Grinchy Christmas bits, New Year just round the corner, and we're going to touch on Philip Schofield and Matt Hancock with that interview, which dyslexia was touched upon and was asked towards him whether because of his dyslexia, that's the reason why he didn't understand social distancing when he got caught out with his lover. So we're going to be talking about on all of that today on Page 3 Hot Topics, but let's kick things off. As we've already just seen, Sean Bailey, who is running for London Mayor and who has dramatically quit after these photos came out, was hosting a Christmas party with his aides when we were in tier 2 in London. So that meant no household mixing at all, or maybe one household. All of these guidelines get messed up now. But as you can see, that definitely doesn't look very COVID friendly. And he has dramatically quit from the London Assembly since. So girls, obviously we've had the Boris bits come out last week, and now this has happened. Are you surprised? Are you disappointed? I just want to hear your thoughts on it, really.
Not really. It's just the same old thing, isn't it? Like, they're all just the same. Like, it's just, it doesn't surprise me at all. Like, one bit. It's not a shock to me at all. I'm just used to hearing it now, all these sneaky parties and stuff.
Yeah. And that is the thing, and we touched on it last week about Boris, setting an example, and then obviously it's another Tory party. Daisy, what do you think about this? Are you angry? Are you just sort of sick of it now? You're just like, great, well, it's just another one, just proves what everyone was thinking anyway.
Yeah, I don't really feel fazed by it all now. I'm like, yeah, of course they are. Like, if one's going to do it, they're all going to do it. Make up their own rules, don't they?
Well, apparently so. Jay, you look less than impressed. Talk to me.
No, I think the same. It's just not shocking. It's really obvious that they're obviously doing stuff like that during lockdown. So yeah, I'm not surprised at all.
No, and I think that's the general consensus. It's just another one. But because we're so normal and we're so sort of like all of these scandals which have happened, I think everyone's just like, which is sad, really, because what they've done actually is completely bang out of order. And the fact that we're just so like meh about it now kind of proves that, they have literally, completely taken a mockery out of people. And obviously people were alone by themselves and stuff over Christmas last year. So it's very disappointing. If you guys obviously have got any comments about it, then do let us know. Sean Bailey, who was obviously hosting this party, who's running for London Mayor at the time, has quit his London Assembly role now. Do you think it was the right thing for him to quit? Or do you think that maybe he should have just, stepped down for a bit, then come back? Do you think it was, too much for him to quit? Or do you think more people should be quitting?
Yeah, I mean, he breached the rules. We're meant to look up to him. Definitely, like 100%. He don't deserve that job. Do you know what I mean? If he's gonna go against the rules, yeah, I think it's right.
Yeah. And does anyone disagree with Chloe on this point? That do you think that it's such a shame that for him to step down?
I don't disagree. I think he should step down, but I don't understand why they took photos. Like, if you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing, everyone knows the rule number 1 is not to have photographic evidence. I don't get that. What, they've all posed for a photo? Why?
Well, quite. Why would
It's like
you
they're
post-
asking for publicity, like they want it, like they want the papers to get hold of it. They want it, like, do you know what I mean? They're asking for it.
Yeah.
Well, I'd love to know. Obviously, the Mirror did break this with Brilliant Pippa, and they obviously broke that story. But I don't quite know where this photo has come from. But there's obviously a leak somewhere, and it is showing that maybe within the government people are losing, faith in Boris. Jay, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I think the same. I think he should step down and they need to stop taking pictures. It's so weird. And also, like, who leaked it? It was someone that was there, surely. And why? Like, would they get like a money incentive or like revenge? There's so much I don't really understand about it. It's all so weird to me.
I think there's mistrust from inside the government as well as outside the government too, by the sounds of things, which doesn't leave us in a very good state of politics right now, I have to say, by the sounds of things. But obviously we're all very angry, disappointed about these pictures that have come out, and maybe there'll be more. We don't know. It wouldn't surprise us though, I'm sure. But obviously, as people do, they zoom in on the photo, don't they? And they have a little look around the room, try and zoom in on the faces. We've all been guilty of it when we're scrolling through Instagram, having a bit of a zoom in to see what's there. And in one of the photos, it showed some of the food that they were having. Now, you would have thought, being in government, that they would have done a nice platter. This was the food that was on show, and lots of
what
people.
the hell is that?
Lots of people are calling it dead. Just like completely unappetizing, not at all enticing to eat whatsoever. Chloe, you've obviously said what is that in shock. Let's just describe the food. I mean, would you dare to take from the platter of
It
Sean
looks like
Bailey?
something out of like the jungle or something. Like, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. Like, no.
Yeah, it's not gone down well. Jay, would you take a nice? I don't even know what it is. It looks so bland.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably try it, but I have no idea what that is. I'm trying to work it out. It's weird picture as well. It's all a bit strange.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
no.
Well,
It doesn't.
Coordinated though.
Yeah.
Also, it does beg the question: whoever provided that, whatever you want to call that food, surely they knew, because it was a party buffet, that a party was going on.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, business is a bit dead this year, but we've just got an order in of a few canapes, but it's so
Oh my God.
Someone's got a big appetite going on, maybe for what people are calling on Twitter dead food. But yeah, so obviously that's been going on. A bit of a light-hearted note to actually a really awful story, which people are evidently very, very angry about. But we're going to move on now, but if you guys have got any comments about this or any opinion on it, and maybe something that you would like to happen from it, then do let us know. Moving on from Sean Bailey and Boris Johnson and all the aides, onto the Grinch, because it's Christmas time.
I love the Grinch.
You was watching it the other day, weren't you, Dave?
I did watch it the weekend. It's my favourite. There he is.
There he is. We gotta love him. We gotta love the Grinch. Even though he's a very moody man, you gotta love him. Cheeky. Keeps on your toes. Well, I didn't know this, girls, and if you did, then do let me know. But you can actually order a Grinch to come round to your house for £80. And just have a little bit of fun with you. That sounded awful. I didn't mean it quite like that. Careful. So basically, like, have a little bit of a Grinch up, i.e., like, mess a few things about, throw a few pillows. But this mum ordered a Grinch to come round for her and her son to, you know, he obviously really liked the Grinch. And the results just went viral, I think, on Reddit and all over social media. This Grinch went above and beyond. The Grinch was evidently very angry that day and ended up literally ruining the whole Christmas platter all over the floor. The son had face paint all over his face. Yeah, it was completely mad. I mean, you can see a tiny bit there. Yeah, I'd be fuming. I just spent £80 trying to get a Grinch round, and he has literally messed up my whole house. But did you know that you could order a Grinch? Because I didn't know this was a thing.
No.
I really want to know where the mum was when all of this was going on. Like, surely she would have heard like things being thrown around, and you would immediately be like, "Okay, put that down." I just don't get it. You wouldn't even strange your kids.
It's true, actually. Where was the mum?
It's just a bit weird. Like, it's just fully weird. Yeah.
You can hire like elves and Santa and everything, though, can't you? So the Grinch is very on theme and topic. But what was he supposed to do? Like, the Grinch isn't gonna. He's not like Santa Claus. He's not gonna bring gifts. What was he supposed to do? I don't quite understand.
Yeah, this is true. So do you think that you're on the mum side here, that, you know, she spent £80, you went a step too far, and she knows she gets some money back? Or do you think, well, that just is what comes when you order a Grinch to your house, to be honest?
I don't think I'd order the Grinch. I think I'd order like Santa or something more pretty.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but if I am more than open to people paying me £80 to come round to your house. I'll put on a green outfit and I'll just mess up your food table. That sounds like a quick, easy job for me.
It's a good day at work.
Yeah.
So not yet. Good day at work. And think about how many houses you could go into. Spend about 20 minutes there, knock over a few food pieces, throw a bit of face paint on the children. See ya. Off to the next one. You'd be earning some very good cash by the end of the day.
Yeah.
But if you guys want to order a Grinch, then I'm sure there is a company online that can do it for you. But be careful, because the Grinch might not hold back. But evidently, that is just one of lots of weird Christmas traditions that we're going to be talking about today. Girls, do you want to share any weird Christmas traditions that you have?
Well, I can't really follow from the one you just told me, but we always put this little dancing thing up on the wall, like, and we always have a little dance to it every Christmas, me and my nan, all around the living room. When it stops, we stop. But yeah, that's about it.
Sorry, this dancing. Wait, what is it? Sorry.
So we have this thing on the wall that plays music, little Santa. We have a little ballroom dance around the room and all that.
Oh.
And then, yeah, we have a little, that's a tradition. When the music comes on, we pop up and we're like, dun, 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 dun. And then when it stops, we stop.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's very sweet. That's very, very sweet. Okay,
Yeah.
so that is a Christmas tradition. Jay, do you have any weird Christmas traditions that you do?
My mum used to watch scary films on Christmas Eve. I don't know if she still does. But yeah, I wouldn't do that. I don't have any personally, but yeah, it used to be scary films on Christmas Eve. I don't know if that's a thing.
That's very sweet. I mean, Ed, who is behind the scenes, he just said that he does that too. So I didn't know that was a thing.
So like Scrooge. I think it is actually a thing, but yeah, I don't know. I don't have any though personally. I don't.
No, okay. I always get a Chinese on Christmas Eve, actually.
Yeah, I always get a kebab on Christmas Eve, yeah.
And the wait times, I feel like lots of people do this because the wait times to get a Chinese on Christmas Eve is killer. You have to put in a call about 3 hours beforehand if you want it to come on time.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone and lots of people, it must be a very popular thing to do. But Daisy, any weird, naughty Christmas traditions? share?
I wouldn't say they're weird. I used to get like Christmas pajamas on Christmas Eve. I'd get a present unwrapped the night before to wake up in new pajamas.
Yeah.
But now I don't live at home. I'm trying to reiterate and encourage that tradition to be now. But he's just said you're asking for presents and I'm not allowed. But yeah, it used to be a thing. It used to be a thing. New pajamas, Christmas Eve. I'll work on it.
Also, when you put up your tree at Christmas time, you always have to have a glass of bread going.
Yeah.
And a
another,
nice Christmas music.
Yeah. Another one, me and my brother always open our presents and we watch each other open our presents to see who's opened the most, because we always want to be the last persons to opening up like presents.
Oh, okay. I mean, I like that. That's cute. A little bit of sibling rivalry.
Yeah.
But if you guys have got any weird traditions which are PG that we can share, it is 1:20 on a Thursday lunchtime, then do let us know in the comments, and we can share them for you and we can discuss them. They don't have to be weird as well. They can just be fun, or you know, if you get your kids or something involved. I'm the same as you, Daisy. You know, when you get brought up in like a family atmosphere and then like you live by yourself and you want to create traditions.
Yes.
So are there any that you want to do that you can't?
No.
Any you would?
No.
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 Let's go to we asked you guys at home if there was any weird and wonderful Christmas traditions, and we asked you to let us know. So if you did, then head over to our Twitter and we can grab them up for you. So just let us know in the comments. But moving on to from the Grinch onto Omicron, which is not very fun. Omicron is a new variant which is sweeping across the UK as we speak. It's a new variant of coronavirus, and there was bound to be another variant, and there's probably going to be a few more down the road. But we don't know the full extent of what this variant is actually like. We don't know a lot of research about it. Obviously, it's so new. But we wanted to know if you're going to be changing any of your Christmas plans because of it. And no, 90%. Yes, 9%. So like 10% of you, one in 10 of you will be changing them. Girls, are you changing any of your plans this year due to the new variant that's happening?
Nope.
No.
Daisy?
No, definitely not. All is going as it should be.
Yeah.
Do you think that perhaps by not doing so, that it's not being very safe about things, just to be the devil's advocate here?
To be fair, I was meant to have plans tonight with some of the girls, and they have chosen to cancel tonight in preparation to not cancel their plans for Christmas. So I think that's quite sensible.
Yeah, that is very
Yeah,
sensible.
I'm getting, so I was supposed to be going out for dinner next week with a couple of my mates, but we literally sent a message this morning just saying it's like, I think it's like 2 days or something before Christmas, and they've got to go back to spend time and stuff with their families and loved ones, and they've said probably not worth the risk just in case something happens. Has anyone else changed plans? Obviously social plans. Anyone else changed like big plans, like if you reduce the amount of family members or anything that you're going to see?
Nope. Everything's still rolling on.
Still rolling.
Fair. Jay, you're the same?
Yeah, my Christmas is tiny, so it doesn't make any difference at all. So it's just going to be small.
And will you guys be testing yourselves beforehand?
I'm just doing it with my friends, my two best friends that I live with.
Yeah.
I'm not home or anything, so we're not going to be. But we do tests all the time, like all three of us. But both my parents are out the country this year, so there's no point in me going home because they'll be down there.
Well, hopefully you'll have a nice, chilled, cute, fun.
Yeah.
go out on Christmas Eve and whatnot. So
Yeah.
Exactly. So obviously, Brits are most of them apparently are not changing their plans. And after all of these photos which have come out, to be honest with you, I don't think a lot of us are surprised now that we've seen the government are flouting rules. Is there anything, if you were like Boris Johnson right now, would you bring in more restrictions before Christmas? Would you give more guidelines out there?
Everyone's just going to be so angry, aren't they, if he does that?
Yeah.
Last Christmas to this Christmas. I think maybe if all this stuff wasn't coming out about them having all their parties last year, then maybe, but no one's going to listen. Well, at least 90% aren't going to listen. But yeah, I just don't think they've got a leg to stand on.
Nope.
Yeah, I agree.
So should Brits even stick to the guidelines is the new question. Now, obviously, the new year, restrictions might be extended and stuff. And obviously then it's not so like Boris has cancelled 2 Christmases in a row. Do you think he's going to bring in more restrictions in the new year?
Yeah, I think he will, definitely. So he's got something up his sleeve, definitely.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm surprised he ain't put more restrictions now because it's gone well up, isn't it, the cases?
Yeah. Well, they've gone up a lot. But of course, we're getting all these different figures and stuff in. So it's quite confusing to stay on top of it. But yeah, it has gone up a hell of a lot. We did a poll on this to ask whether if more restrictions come in, do you think people will follow them strictly? And no, 85%, yes, 15%.
Whoa.
Can't say I'm surprised. Does anyone disagree with me?
Nope.
No.
No. I just think people have just completely lost faith after these photos of stuff that's dropped. So yeah, and one of the people that I think has certainly had enough, I think would be this morning co-presenter, Philip Schofield. Now he interviewed Matt Hancock this week on leading up to Christmas, pledging for more help for dyslexia, which was the reason why he came on the show. But of course, we all saw the scandal that happened with his personal life, and it was all played out due to the fact that he was on daily conferences, which was televised, saying about social distancing. And then the photo got released of him kissing, I think, an aide or a government figure whilst he was married with no social distancing at all. Now, Philip asked him a question and he said, was the reason why you couldn't follow social distancing guidelines, was that due to your dyslexia? There have been 600 Ofcom complaints about it. Now, do you think Philip Schofield was out of line for asking him this question, or do you think it's fair given everything that's happened with Matt Hancock? Let's go with Daisy first.
I don't think you should ever touch on like a disability or anything like that. Even if it is a bit of banter or a joke, it isn't funny to people that have it and suffer from it. So I would say probably is out of line. However, I don't know. It's hard. I'm not justifying it, but I think he was just having a full-on dig at him, really, wasn't he? Like, you haven't followed the rules. How can I advertise this on TV with you sitting in front of me? And that's the straw he's chosen to pull. But it's a bit of a risky one. So I'm not surprised that they got like complaints. But he was just having a dig, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He kind of addressed the elephant in the room, which everyone was evidently thinking about. Jay, what do you think?
I think Daisy's like spot. He just wanted to have a go at him. Fair enough, but he probably should have known better. And also, imagine if you were sat at home with like your child and they had dyslexia. They might, I don't know, they might be a bit like, oh, but I understand the rules. I just think it's a bit tactless, but I don't know. It's not awful, but it's just a bit tactless, isn't it?
Yeah. You think about like, the long term things that may come from it, from a child's perspective, if they do have it.
I
Chloe,
think Matt Hancock's clearly pure like snaky, but like saying what he said, I just think it's a bit wrong. Like, you don't just put it like that. He should have just said, "Oh, like you're a snake" or something, not said something about his disabilities.
I mean, so he obviously had to back it up somehow. He had to link it. I'm not sure if Philip Schofield would have got away with it on ITV calling him a snake. I'm not sure that would have gone down that well. So do you think Philip's in the right here or the wrong? You have to say yes or no. There's a no maybe, ladies.
I do think he's in the wrong. I do.
Okay. So we've got a first wrong. Daisy.
No, wrong.
Wrong. Okay. Are we going to have a full house, Jay?
Yeah, I'll just say wrong. I don't really care for Philip anyway, so yeah, wrong.
Jay's always so savage. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he looks severely unimpressed there. That's a very good.
No.
He looks like the Grinch in that one.
Them eyes.
Yeah, no, he looks very unimpressed. But I think that's the general gist of everybody in the UK at the moment. I think they're so disappointed and they're so angry, and they're seeing the same faces pop up talking about all these political, political standpoints that they want to talk about and how they really want to change things. And then they're breaking the rules themselves. So I think everybody's just sick of it, I think. But obviously he was on there in reference to dyslexia with the Christmas tree behind him, and obviously Christmas is just around the corner. So we're going to end on a light note. Girls, what would be your Christmas message for Daily Star readers this year before we reconvene in the new year when we've had a few pigs in blankets and a couple glasses of bubbles?
My message is: apply to date me. Honestly, go for it. I'm amazing, boys. Come on, look at me. Yeah, that's my message. Page 3 model the lot. Come on, boys.
I love it. A nice little personal plug there. And actually, if you do want to get involved with Chloe's dating, which is the applications close on the 31st of January, I think. End of Jan.
I bet they're popping, aren't they, Pandora?
Now listen, that's a secret. That's for me to know. And then if you click on the Daily Star on Instagram link, and then you can find out all the info there of how to. We've got an email on there to tell us a bit about yourselves. We want a photo, want your social handles. But yeah, you can get a new girlfriend, new year, new you. So yeah, there she is, Chloe. You can do it. Moving on. And we're going to go to Daisy now. What is your Christmas message for the Daily Star readers?
My Christmas message will be: drink champagne for breakfast, lunch and dinner all throughout the Christmas period, and just enjoy it with your friends, your family. Tomorrow's never promised, so don't be too fearful and scared to ruin another Christmas, and enjoy it with the champagne. That's my goal. As long as there's bubbles, go ahead.
Perfect. Okay, that's a cute one. And Jay, no pressure, but you are the final Christmas message.
I don't know. Just happy, drink loads, eat loads, do whatever you want, have fun, all that stuff. That's all I have to say.
Good. Well, we've got a variety of Christmas messages. We've absolutely loved.
Mine's definitely the best.
Yes, it is. But we've absolutely loved you tuning into Page 3 Hot Topics this year. We'll be back next year. If you want to catch up on all of our madness that we talk about, then head over to the Daily Star Instagram, and we've got a whole TV series there. We do catch-up links, so you can take a look when you're sat down, you're not doing anything over the Christmas period, and you're sick of Christmas movies. You can tune in to us. So take a look, and we'll be back in the new year. Thanks, everyone.
Adios. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.